What is the willpower paradox? This is both a powerful and enlightening topic where it will break your conventional understanding of self-control and willpower, what they truly entail, and their effectiveness. This will be the answer to all addictions, cravings, uncontrollable impulses, or negative desires you could never be able to subdue before. Be liberated and achieve what you set out to do but yet never able to in the past. You will also start to realize the importance of questioning and how this can bring you to your next level of consciousness. Let's dive into this important subject right now. Have you seen people struggling with addiction like alcoholism, smoking, or gambling, or any other negative passions that seem to be attached to them and they have no success over quitting? Do you also have any negative dependency on something which you are trying so hard to disassociate from but can never and fail to succeed no matter how hard you try and how much effort you put in? Well, this is exactly what you should not do. Putting in a lot of effort through self-control, set a goal or make your best attempt and absolute focus in achieving the avoidance of whatever addictions that you wanted to break free from. Now, listen carefully, my friend. The willpower paradox means that you may do things better by focusing less directly on doing them, implying that the direct exertion by your keen focus on doing it may be the reason why you cannot quit it in the first place. In other words, how can it be possible that a person most strongly desires to perform a behavior, for example, eating chocolate, and at the same time desires to exercise self-control to prevent themselves from doing it? By repeatedly telling yourself not to do something is exactly why you are not able to avoid it to begin with. Studies have been done and proved the controversy of exerting willpower over some behavior is going to be less effective than posing questions to oneself as to why they should do it or not. There is research that suggests intrapersonal communication, which means talking to oneself and maintaining a questioning mind, are more likely to bring about change. This is also probably the reason why introspection and self-reflection, through which you ask yourself questions, will bring about clarity and give you a very strong and solid reason why you should not do something or why you should. Having the answer to why you should or shouldn't do something is the lasting and sustainable reason in the maintenance of keeping yourself away from it. By constantly reminding yourself not to do a certain thing without knowing the reason why you shouldn't do it will only strengthen the behavior of doing it. Conversely, when you do the deep questioning and contemplation, is the answer to a concrete, viable, and unwavering reason to complete the task of keeping yourself out of the addiction. This is also the reason why we can break free from any negative strongholds or relationships after doing self-reflection instead of going through the motions and getting comfortable by staying within an undesirable environment because of familiarity. You will notice around you that people stay in abusive relationships because they never did the true self-reflection into questioning why they should stay in an abusive situation. The familiarity overpowers any tendency to want to reason. When you realize and understand matters with the questions that you pose yourself, the answer can be strong enough to sustain your reason in doing so and hence break free from the negative pull that addiction or bad situation had on you. Many of us did not realize that we set our goals by saying, I will go to the gym 3 times per week, or I will drink fresh juices every day. They are an external motivation that does not last. External type of motivation stems from societal pressure like the desire to get a promotion at work or the fear of being judged forms the basis for the goal that you set. On the flip side, when we start to do certain tasks based on intrinsic motivation, where the goals were set after knowing the reason why you act that way is internal. It takes practice to build intrinsic motivation, but it has longer lasting positive effects comparatively. There was an experiment done to compare the performance of 2 groups of people doing anagrams, which is a tile-based word game that involves rearranging letter tiles to form words. One group thought about their impending anagram task. The other group thought about whether or not they would perform anagrams. The second group performed better than those who knew for sure they would be working on anagrams. So, the point here is, the first group only thought about it, but the second group actually questioned themselves about it. The same researcher, Ibrahim Sernay from University of Illinois in Urbana, found similarly that repeatedly writing the question, will I, was more powerful than writing a traditional affirmation of I will. Consciousness leveling and upgrading can only be achieved through maintaining this questioning nature that you observe, since truth will only emerge from within you. The key here is the questioning nature. For this reason, there is an unexplainable divine truth in the questioning nature of matters, and whenever we ask ourselves questions, there seems to be an inexplicable power behind questioning. When we use our reasoning mind to ponder and question things, we link ourselves to a mighty and invisible divine force beyond imagination. As a result, the emphasis to do self-questioning, introspection, contemplations, and seeking answers from within are more crucial than never. There is a field that we cannot see which resides from within us, and the questioning that we do with our reasoning mind and the analyzing of matters will inevitably bring clarity, not from the outside but from the inside. The utilization of our neocortex, which controls the reasoning part of our brain, will be the answer to which you can start seeing the immense power it possesses that you never seem to recognize before. Start practicing to have this questioning mind, being curious, and the next thing you know, you will have the clarity that you never had before.